I mean, you know how this is, right? So a vendor comes in, he says, man, like, here's the deal. We're turnkey, okay? We're co-op approved, we're turnkey.
We're turnkey.
Just
what the hell does that even mean?
Just sign up, Jason.
Yeah.
What vendors don't understand is that co-op, okay, you know what co-op is.
Yep.
In order to get co-op dollars, Jason, what do we have to do? Sell cars.
Yep, exactly.
This is the Strategy with Jason podcast with your host, Jason Harris.
Hey, what's going on, Podcast Nation? It's Jason Harris here with Digital Dealership Solutions. Hey, thanks for joining me another episode of Strategy with Jason. Today, guys, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Rockstar Auto Conference, and I've been graciously presented with Mr. Sean Welsh.
Yes, thank you.
See, I didn't go as far as you.
No, you didn't. I thought you were going to go a lot further. I appreciate it.
For everyone out there, Sean, don't know maybe who you are. Give me that brief intro that is Sean
I'm the
Welsh.
CEO of Car Biz Done Better. We are a company created solely to help dealers deal with digital marketing. That's it. We don't sell it. We help them understand it. That's our whole role in life. This is how old am I? I'll be 38 here in a couple of weeks. So that marks year 22 of the car business journey for me. And yeah, man, that's what we do. We're at year 6 of Car Biz Done Better.
That's awesome. You know, and I think it's cool because there's not a lot of people that are in that space playing in it. And, you know, really, at the end of the day, you are helping the dealerships to hold the vendors accountable, but also the dealerships accountable so that, you know, every single dollar that's being used is being used for the right reason and towards a proper strategy.
Yep.
And there's actual results there at the end of the
And
day.
part of that really comes from two different, right? So you talk about not a lot of people in the pool. We created the pool 6 years ago.
There you go.
That's the reality of it. And
that's why there's not a lot of people in the pool.
That's right. And when you create a market, the hardest part that we learned about is education, right?
Yes.
So you run a marketing company.
Yep.
When you walk into a dealership, the brain already realizes what Jason does for a living. It says Jason runs a marketing company.
Yep.
I get it. Sean walks in,
I
he goes...
I wish they knew what that was sometimes.
Right.
But yeah,
But
no,
Sean
I agree
walks
with you.
in, he goes,
You're even farther
I
along.
run a vendor management company. They go, what the fuck is that?
What is
Get
a
out,
vendor
right?
management company?
So we try to just present it as, people say, oh, you're just a consultant. Nah, man, it's not like that because consultants want to hire and fire. I don't get into that.
Yeah.
I let data speak. And when you talk about strategy, one of the newer things that I'm really trying to help dealerships develop is these bloated budgets, taking it out and not reallocating it into marketing, but into human capital.
Yeah, and I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
so
Paying
important right
their
now. Oh, 100%, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because, you know, actually my operations manager gave me a hard time for this last week. But, you know, we had a client reach out to us and was like, you know, they wanted to put together another campaign for like another $5,000 just for that 1 month because they were freaking out about they weren't going to hit their sales.
April was
and I'm
weak.
just like,
April was weak. Everyone got scared.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is stupid. Like, it's not enough time.
It's not going to do what you think it's going to do.
It's not going. You know, there's not enough time to get the message out there. There's not going to be enough frequency with the audience.
Correct.
All right. So I just called him back. I said, you got to stop being reactive like this, man. And you need to invest more time into your people.
Correct.
All right. You got a weak ass closing ratio. You know, if you increase that closing ratio by just 5%, then you won't have to do this shit
And if you go
anymore.
equity mining, you won't even have to worry about getting more leads.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. I mean, so many dealerships out there are so focused on just, you know, new acquisition, that they don't spend enough time dealing with an actual proper existing strategy, or even get to the point where they can develop out a proper conquesting strategy and what that would actually look like.
And that's part of the problem is all you want to hear about is more leads.
Yeah.
I mean, even the
They can't even handle the
manufacturer
ones
doesn't
they
know how to
got.
give the answer. You know, they're not helpful. You know, they make the problems worse. They sign up. I just had recently yesterday while we were out here at lunch, I had a client call me and say, Sean, I can't get Dodge. Oh, sorry, Dodge. Okay, Carrie, you're going to hear it. Dodge, I can't get Dodge to tell me what this new product is. Do you know anyone at this company? So happens I do, because that's our business, right? I'm like the Adam Schefter of the car business, right? I don't know if you know that reference from sports,
no,
but
that's actually
I mean,
a good example.
I have everyone on the phone. And so I said, yeah, I got something. I'll give you a call. I call my guy. He says, Sean, yeah, it's a pilot program that we're doing with Chrysler. I go, really?
The dealer wasn't even...
It's been going on 6 months, he says.
Oh my gosh.
I said, what do you mean? He said, Sean, one of the hardest parts is getting the message out to the important people. I said, you mean the dealers? He says, yeah, man, that's it. He says, they didn't communicate. They're fitting the bill, so they think they didn't have to tell the dealers. They were like, well, the dealers will just be happy to have it. But this particular product is about following customer activity online, giving you a propensity to buy score. That's not something you get a lead in your CRM that says 6.7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And no one's explained to you what that means.
Yeah.
What have we done here?
No, for
We
sure.
look like a jerk to the
so it's beginning
customer.
to show an actual intent to purchase, you know, through a series of analytics, right?
That's what it's about.
You know, and it's actually a really good point. You know, we're only as strong as how well we actually understand and utilize our analytics in both our operations and our marketing efforts.
I don't know about Canada, bro, but here in the U.S., we are absolute studs at data mining and pathetic at data usage.
The data's there.
We can
but then
grab all of it.
What the hell we
actually points everywhere. We pull them in. We put it on. We spreadsheet the shit, and then we go, well, what the f are we gonna do with it? Now that we have it, this was fun. That's the problem with it, is that we're all worried about getting the data. Just because it's on the internet means it's trackable. That doesn't mean it's right or good or any of the above.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You gotta be able to just. We find that our biggest value to our clients is giving them the ability to go move metal and empower people and not worry 1 second about marketing or vendors. Because the majority of dealers don't know.
No,
they don't know.
But they do need to know enough.
They know enough.
I do get a little frustrated with that.
I love the education part of my job. That's all I do is educate.
You need to know that if a vendor is presenting you with a strategy,
correct?
Right? You need to know enough if that strategy is in line with your operational goals and objectives. Not just because it's a pretty shiny looking freaking thing.
Agreed.
You want to sign up with it. It's like. I know sometimes I get a little frustrated with dealerships, and people are like, "Whoa, Jason, this," but you know what?
I hear it all the time too, dude. I hear it all the time, but that's because of my passion, because I care enough. Right? And if I care more than you do, what the is the problem here?
Exactly.
Right? Like, I don't get that relationship with people. I don't understand what people would say to me. Well, Sean, you're kind of going a little hard on that. Well, somebody should be.
Yeah.
I mean, we act like these guys have. I mean, you know how this is, right? So a vendor comes in, he says, "Man, like, here's the deal. We're turnkey, okay? We're co-op approved. We're turnkey."
We're turnkey.
Just
what the hell is that even
Just sign
mean?
up, Jason.
Yeah.
What vendors don't understand is that co-op, okay, you know what co-op is.
Yep.
In order to get co-op dollars, Jason, what do we have to do? Sell cars.
Yep, exactly.
No, manufacturers and the people who work with manufacturers think it's just this pot of fucking gold that's sitting there waiting in your office that you just take out of, and then you pay a vendor, and then you put it back, and then everything's fine. That's not how this works.
No.
And to be co-opable, as a matter of fact, my recommendation to my clients recently is walk the away from co-op programs.
Yeah, I call co-op the handcuffs of the manufacturer. I mean, really, they really are. Now, there are some manufacturers. I don't want to be handcuffed to those people. There are some manufacturers a little better than others, but for the most part, it's just like, you know what? If you want to use this money, let me completely dictate how in the world you're actually going to use it.
And talk about giving me back or using my certified vendors that they don't check up on anything.
No.
Once you're on the list, in order to get off of it, you have to be like an egregious act.
Yes.
It's not just bad results, which should be considered egregious. They're not. That's the problem.
And we won't even get into the kickbacks that some of these vendors are paying some of these manufacturers. We won't go that far.
We won't go that far.
We won't do that today.
We won't go that far, but
we won't do
you
that
can also
today.
know that's why we're not involved in those programs and never will be.
I agree with you.
First of all, I don't have enough margin, and there's no way in hell an OEM is going to tell me how to advise my client.
Or how much you
should
charge.
That is never going to happen. That's absolutely never going to happen. Especially from their position, which is knowing nothing about retail strategy.
No, I totally agree.
I have a wholesale question. I'll give you a call.
Okay. Yeah, exactly, right?
Otherwise, mind your business and stay in your own lane.
I know we could totally get into this subject, and we'll get pretty heated up.
We could, yeah.
But what I'd really like to do is chat about what you're going to be jamming today up on stage.
Yeah, what do we got here? We got a few minutes before we do this.
Yes.
So yeah, dude, we're going to be talking today. I used to work, when I wasn't selling cars, I was selling suits. So I used to work for the Men's Warehouse.
That's cool.
I got my start with George Zimmer, the man who founded the company. I guarantee it. Okay.
Wow.
You'll love the way you look. I travel in this private jet. I was the youngest GM in company history. I loved my life. This dude, you're talking about a billionaire who would sit on a private jet and would be quizzed by everyone on the jet by store number. Dude had 1,500 locations, and all you had to say was a number. He would tell you comps against the year and the month.
Wow.
On a number.
On a number.
On the number of the store, not the store's location physically by its name, its number.
Talk about really being in the operations.
And he would just boom, 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 and he would hammer. And so everything this guy taught me, I took and I absorbed everything I could.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest lessons he taught me that I'm gonna talk about today is that all that product knowledge everyone's got, that everyone's just like gigi gaga and wants to do these big walk around videos, actually means very little. What means a lot is listening. Because your customer is going to tell you how to sell them.
Yep.
In today's world, we have to stop selling shit. Because everyone who wants to be a consumer already has the details at their fingertips of why they want to be a consumer of that good. They're coming prepared. You need to admit it now.
Yeah, no kidding.
You need to now admit your customer does know, in fact, more than you do. We used to joke about it. It's reality now. They do know more. So instead of selling, start listening. Have respect for the journey. Understand the customer's position best you can. I can't. You've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this a long time. I'm not a car consumer. Okay, I don't buy cars the way maybe even Austin buys cars.
No, we probably when we're in the industry, we just don't do it that way.
I walk into someone's office. Yes, this car. Yes, this payment. See you later.
Yep.
My day is over. It takes me 7 minutes.
We
You know
don't
what I
even
mean?
bother to test drive it. We don't do any of that stuff.
I brought actually, my buddy let me take it home because my wife, it was the first time we were going from one brand to another, hadn't been there, and she wanted to try out the brand for the night. My buddy's like, cool, take the car, here's the price if she likes it. Great. She loved it, that's her car, we're all happy. So the selling aspect has to end. And what we don't understand, do you know what is the absolute biggest dying aspect of the sales process today?
Shutting up and listening.
Yes, and that takes place where no one goes anymore, bro.
Dude, everyone wants to talk.
On test drives.
Yeah.
No one
Oh,
goes
the
on
test drive. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. The art of a test
We're
drive.
remote satellite test drives now.
And like building value in the test drive is, I don't know, it seems like it's a lost art, but there's so many parts of that
Dude,
sell that
I
are
call
being
it
a
test
lost
drive
art.
intel.
Yeah.
When you're in the back seat, let's just use a couple as an example, right? You're in the back seat, a couple's up front. If you're listening, which means you shut the up,
Yeah, 100%.
they forget you're back there.
Oh, yeah.
And they start selling the car back and forth. Sweetheart, did you feel that power? This was wonderful. Oh, yeah. Did you know it has a safety fee? Oh, boy. And then when we get back to the dealership, she goes, that price is a little high. I go, oh, it's a little high because those safety features for the kids. And she's all, oh, shit. You know, oh, he heard that? And you said, yeah, I heard that. I wrote that shit down, man. It's a ledger I keep for all you people. So, yeah, it's about the customer service part of things. And everyone talked about it yesterday. So I kind of come in behind, that's going to be one of my first jokes. It's like, yeah, so you guys have been listening to everybody say this shit for 2 days, so I'm just going to say it again, but mine's going to be it's a little bit more with swearing.
Yeah.
And that's really the difference. So, yeah, man, we're trying to educate on stop selling, start listening.
And I think that, the key takeaway, kind of what I heard there, is just really is respecting that path to purchase. I mean, I don't think as salespeople or sales managers, we're empathetic to the fact that they have spent a shitload of time. I mean, a tremendous amount of time, and then
to
it's
where
like,
they're trying to be.
and then they show up, they're like, no. You don't know what you want. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me show you, Oh, that sounds like a great
Let me
great
show
setup.
you the car you're looking for that you came in asking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome, man. Well,
That's
hey,
what we're doing today.
Sean, thank you so much for taking the time
You're
and
welcome,
jamming
bud.
with me. Hey, for anybody out there listening to this and they'd like to learn more about what you guys do, what's the best way to connect?
CarBizDoneBetter.com, but the biggest and best way is if you like anything or have any questions, 262-278-0157 is literally my cell phone.
That's awesome. That's
If you have a
awesome.
question,
See, he puts himself out there.
Yeah,
You're right,
ain't nobody,
right with you
and
guys.
we've been doing it now 85 weeks on the podcast, and we have not received many calls for whatever reason. But I welcome it and love the opportunity to talk with anybody about the auto industry.
Now, since you said that, you're going to get a bunch of phone calls. 'Cause someone's
We'll
just
see,
gonna
bro.
say-
Let's do it. Blow it up.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys.
That was fun.